Welcome to Project Scenarios. If you are a project manager or introverted leader who's trying to lead with confidence, you are at the right place. My name is Ivy. I share tips and strategies based on real-world scenarios to help you tackle those challenges you run into in your high-pressure or dynamic project environment. Before we dive into today's scenario, I want you to watch along and hit pause and think about how would you handle it based on those reflection questions if this is a scenario you're dealing with at your project. And after the scenario, we'll circle back together to talk about some key tips and strategies and takeaways that you can exercise in your project world. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's scenario.
Emily Carter, 34, is a Scrum Master at a mid-sized software development company, managing a high-priority project for a global client. The project involves building a real-time data analytics dashboard for supply chain monitoring, and the team is halfway through a 12-week timeline. It's sprint review day, and the team is presenting the progress of Sprint 6 to stakeholders in the afternoon. The day starts with Emily reviewing the sprint backlog. She notices 3 key user stories are incomplete due to misaligned priorities between the front-end and back-end developers. Tensions have been brewing for weeks between the senior developers, who prefer working independently, and junior developers, who often wait for guidance before taking action. As the team gathers for the retrospective in the morning, Emily senses unease in the room. Daniel, the senior back-end developer, is visibly frustrated, claiming that the front-end team didn't deliver what he needed to progress. On the other hand, Mia, a junior front-end developer, sits silently, avoiding eye contact, even though Emily knows she has valuable insights about why the delay happened. Emily is caught in a dilemma. She knows the stakeholders will demand answers later in the day, but the team dynamics are holding them back from resolving the issues. She needs to 1. Navigate the growing tension in the team. 2. Ensure everyone contributes to the retrospective so they can move forward with solutions. 3. Prepare for the stakeholder meeting to provide clarity and avoid eroding trust in the project. As Emily sits in the meeting, she feels a knot in her stomach. She's concerned that addressing Daniel's frustration head-on might escalate the conflict, but ignoring it could lead to further resentment. Meanwhile, she wants to encourage Mia and other juniors to contribute without feeling intimidated. Emily needs to decide how to lead the retrospective effectively and prepare the team for the stakeholder meeting. Here are some reflection questions for you. 1. How can Emily create a safe environment for the team to discuss their challenges openly? 2. What can Emily do to empower junior developers like Mia to contribute without feeling overshadowed by senior developers? 3. How can Emily balance addressing team conflict while ensuring they prepare adequately for the stakeholder meeting? 4. What leadership behaviors could Emily exhibit to de-escalate tensions and focus on solutions?
First, let's talk about what are some challenges we observed in this scenario. When we're thinking about challenges, let's put in a few categories. So first category, let's look at the project itself. What are some existing challenges the project is facing? We know that 3 key user stories are incomplete. So that's one. When we think about project team, what are the issues within the team? We already know tensions been brewing for weeks, particularly between Daniel and Mia. Lastly, let's take a look at what is the next in front of the project team that we need to tackle. So we know there's a stakeholder review this afternoon, and we need to update our Sprint 6 progress. So that's something Emily, as the project leader, need to lead the team to create solution for. Now we create clarity on the challenges that we're dealing with in this scenario. Let's talk about what are some strategies that you can apply. When we have multiple challenges, the first thing I like to recommend doing is really set the objective. When the team get together, there are multiple challenges. Everyone's head is at a different place. So it's important to set the objective as, here's what we are doing, here's the solution we need to create, and this is what's in front of us. Also, as a leader, in this case, you need to set the tone in front of the team. So this meeting is for us to create a solution for the stakeholder review in front of us and tackle the project challenge. It's not about blaming each other. So also create a healthy environment to drive productive discussion. When there's tension in the team, stress is high, it's good to use some structured formats in this type of team discussion if you want to achieve the desired outcome. Simple ones you can leverage would be what went well, what needs to be improved, or start, stop, continue. Those are very simple framework to help bound the discussion. From this scenario, we know Mia is already disengaging and keep her head down, not speaking up. So it's very important for Emily as a project leader to empower those silent voices. Also for Emily's benefit, that she can hear all sides of the story. So simple exercise you can do is by saying, I would like to hear everyone's perspective. Mia, what do you think? And in this case, Emily created that stage for Mia to speak up and give her a chance to voice her perspective. This one may seem controversial, but it's actually a simple thing to do is acknowledge the tension, because tension's been there for weeks. Everyone knows, everyone feels stressed about it, but no one is talking about it. So simply, it's just put it on the table, call it out. An easy way to calling it out is by focusing on the matter, by saying, I understand the delays are very stressful for everyone. However, you're recognizing the tension, shifting the attention to the next step, which is the next thing we need to talk about is focusing on the solution for what's ahead of us. So navigate and refocus everyone's attention to the problem ahead of them, which is the stakeholder updates this afternoon. So now all of them are thinking about how we create solution and tackle this stakeholder review coming up this afternoon. The key to navigate this type of stress and sensitivity is by focusing on the matter, realign the team to the greater goals of the project instead of talking or blaming the person on the team. All right, what this means for you, what are some key takeaways you can start practice in your next team meeting if this type of scenario happens in your project world? Let's summarize. So as an introverted project leader, the first thing I recommend you to do is prepare before every meeting. Think about what is the outcome you want to drive by the end of each meeting, what simple framework you can use to drive some discussion so the meeting can be productive. Now, as a leader, you want to empower everyone, especially the junior members, to have a chance to speak up because they might be introverts, they might be shy, but they have good ideas. You want to have a chance to hear their perspective. So simple thing could be saying, I want to hear everyone's perspective. Let's quickly go around the room. And one by one, you call all these people out. Number 3 is focus on solution. No matter what problem you're dealing with, the key is to realign, refocus the team on the solution of what's ahead of them with the project. The end goal is to deliver the project successfully. That is the common North Star for everybody. Lastly, even though the team is refocused and realigned on the solution ahead of them, doesn't mean every team member is fully moved past the tension or the conflict the team had. So as a leader, it's good to circle back and follow up with them to check in. So simple thing to do is schedule one-on-one with these team members and see where they're at, whether they have clarity, and if there's anything else they want to share with you, and listen empathetically. The key of this type of scenario-based learning is that you're able to reflect along with the scenario and gather your key takeaways to start exercising your real-life environment so you can build that muscle memory for these kind of soft skills. Have you dealt with this type of scenario? Comment below and let me know what happened in your project world and how you dealt with it. And which one of these key takeaways you're going to start to exercise in your next team meeting. Let me know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you run into an issue, you need a sounding board or quick tips and strategy, I have something for you. I have created Coach AIvy, which is your on-demand problem-solving coach. This is our first edition. I'd love for you to try it for free and give me feedback so we can continue shaping it to be exactly what you need and make coaching available and on-demand and always there when you need it. I created project scenarios because I'm a firm believer that soft skills needs to be learned through scenarios. And it's like a muscle memory. The more you reflect, the more you exercise, the more you know how to deal with it when it actually happens in your projects. Let me know what you think about the scenario today and what you want to hear next. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for a weekly scenario analyze video and subscribe to my Introverted Leadership podcast or newsletter for a weekly insight. And you can also follow me on Instagram for a quick daily leadership tip. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.